All right. Heyo. How are you doing, Christian? Hey, Joni. So today we're working on one of the goblin boys from Moonstone. He has like a cool little boat that he came attached to, and I had to remove him because I wasn't gonna be able to paint it really to the standard that I would hope if he was still attached to the boat. So I've got him sort of haphazardly glued here so that I can still remove him from this base by the time I'm done. But we're going to be focusing on, so I was using purple and noir black there just to sort of tone things in. But today we're going to be working on the skin. But I just wanted to get that in there for contrast. He's wearing a lot of sort of, his outfit's kind of weird based on the artwork, to be honest with you. So we're going to change it up a little bit, but for the most part everything else will remain the same. But yeah, we're going to be working on some goblin skin. It's been, I couldn't even tell you the last time we worked on any kind of green skin, so definitely cool. Look at this guy. That's a fun mini. That's a fun mini. All right, so I had sort of determined what my colors were gonna start off with, so I'm gonna be basing all of the goblin flesh with this camouflage color. I'll go to it. Oh, you can actually see it on the palette. We'll rotate it here so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. So, I'm thinking that I need to, all right, so this is what I'm gonna do. First we're gonna coat it with this and then we're gonna shade it down with a deeper green. My paint water is not super clean right now, but it's okay. As with all the Moonstone stuff, the contrast is pretty stark, but that is what we did with the other ones. I mean, the contrast isn't stark, it's kind of hard to describe. It's not as intense, or it's more intense, but the actual coloring isn't as, I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe what I did with the first round of minis, but hopefully it all makes sense. That's the only skin, right? Yeah. But I love the pirate crew. They're just so funny. All right. So we're gonna let that dry before toning it back down some more. Pulling some of the excess paint out. There we go. Some alien goo. It's definitely a possibility. All right, so what do I need? I need decent green. Let's get this, I'm sure that sounded crazy. I'm gonna use shadow green first. I don't want to go ultra bright with clear green, which is that crazy pigment, so we're gonna avoid that for now. I'm gonna get out some of the Bethalian chitin just because I have it here. There we go. You can see the colors I was using for the hat. I've got some noir black there and that deep twilight color. So I'm gonna make a little wash out of this darker, slightly darker green. I still need to wait for a lot of this to dry though, but we should be okay. You can see the zenithal showing through as per usual. He's got a ruffled white shirt, a black coat. So other than the fringes and stuff on his coat, I believe it's black. So actually, since I have these colors out, let's just knock it out as well. So of course I'm not painting it black, I'm painting it purple, but I never paint anything dark, just straight up black, so always a better way to kind of approach it by doing it this way. I like these miniatures specifically too because they're not as bogged down, so to speak, as some of the others. There's a lot of detail, but there's also only a little bit of real estate for all the details, so you're not like, you know, you're not doing a bunch of transitions like on a big skirt or whatever. Like this is the largest part of the miniature, right? So it's just kind of interesting that that's how these guys work out. But so we'll do everything like this for now because I'm not gonna be able to tell what I'm looking at unless I have this miniature a lot closer. So I can't really differentiate that on the stream today just because I can't see a thing. I gotta have this guy way up close. He does have hair. He has like a powdered wig. Yeah. So I'll sort of delineate that. Okay, cool. So now that skin is drying, I'm gonna take this color that, actually I'm gonna mix it in a little bit darker. There we are. There we are. This will be cool. I'm gonna go in and shade down the face even further. Feel free to share this video out. I didn't share it anywhere. So if you've got a painting group, something like that, that would make sense to share it into, I would appreciate it. This, of course, again, is for Moonstone, the game. I know you guys remember last weekend I popped in and was doing some streaming on them before we did our Patreon class. This weekend is going to be our demo class, so it's going to be all about basing. So I'm going to do some base sculpting and the like. I know that was a very requested topic. The bases for these are going to be fun because I've got a really good sand mix put together, and then I've got like tiny little baby seashells and stuff to put because they're obviously little beach goblins. But his boat is funny. It's like a wheelbarrow. A wheelbarrow disguised as a boat. Very goblin-y, if you ask me. So what I've been doing is I've actually been mixing in that purple color to shade the skin down before we start doing any work building it up. The nose is going to get tinted in sort of a pinkish tone. So that's why I'm leaving the nose so much brighter. But I'm happy with where we're at. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some of this Bethalian chitin, start sketching out some new highlight here on his hat and everything. But I hope you guys have had a okay week. Hope nothing too stupid happened to you. It wasn't too stressful. I mean, everybody's stressed right now, but if not, well, you got the weekend. And I've got plenty to do this weekend. A lot of streaming today. Man, I'm just like honestly tired of streaming. I'm doing it so much, but I've been doing private lessons after my regular stuff as well. So like, man, I am just exhausted. It is what it is. And then, of course, I'm also prepping for whatever move happens as well. So and that's going to be towards the end of this month, so the next couple weeks. So it's still wet in the middle there. I'm not too concerned, though. We'll go ahead and sort of start sketching in some shades and tones. There we are. So the back was a little bit rough because the resin had some damage in it, so we're just going to pretend that those are like little pock marks in his hat. Cleaned it up the best that I could. I mean, I had to sand a ton. But otherwise, like, from what I've seen with the Moonstone stuff, like, the quality is super high, and then occasionally you get, like, one part of a mini that needs work, and so the hat was the part of the miniature that needed the work this time around, which is fine. Now then, like I said, the clothing, we can't really do much work on, but we can do some work on the cloak here, or his little overcoat. So I'm going to place in some of the highlights. We're going to be doing our typical sketch and glaze here. Yeah, Christian and with my girlfriend. Which I will probably come see you if you are open. Probably, if I had to guess, before the end of this month, but easily next month as well, if not. If not, right before then. So you can see how I'm going to start structuring in all the highlights. We'll be open. That's what I like to hear. Or at least I'm glad for you, right? Okay, I'm gonna brighten it up even more. So now this is starting to get more of that like pallid flesh tone feel with the Bethalian chitin being highlighted in. And then of course we're going to slowly shade it all down. But this is going to get our highlights where we want them on the black. I'm actually impressed with the consistency of the paint today because I'm able to work so fast. Knock on wood, today is one of those days. I have no wood around me, so never mind. Oh, I'm a flippin' idiot. There you go, knock on the brush. See, let's outline this little patch. Barely, there we are. The edge here. do some little scuffs. All right, cool. Back to the side. Yeah, it's funny, some of the supplies I needed to finish up this commission for the basing and stuff, I had to wait so long to get from Amazon. I needed little baby seashells and fine grained sand, all that stuff. And it was definitely like the extended shipping period the whole time. But they finally showed up yesterday and today. Okay, backside here. All right, so let's begin shaping it back down. So I'm gonna go with purple first. This color right here. Look at this awesome texture we're gonna get underneath. Wow. Very happy. It's gonna look amazing. All right, we're gonna let this dry. And then we'll go back in with Noir Black or something else too. We'll just kind of have to play it by ear. Skin, definitely I'm happy. See, let's do some of the texture work here on the other part of his outfit. Okay, so definitely pleased with the hat though. Look at the highlight structure that's built in there. Really cool, so. Let that application dry, so now I'm gonna go in with a bit of a mid-tone with this purple color, like so, just to bring back our edges that we lost. We didn't really lose them. didn't really go anywhere, but they're just not as intense. Go. So again, today we're working on box art for Moonstone the game out of the Booties Bilge troop. This whole troop is awesome. They're all pirate-themed, nautical-themed goblin boys. My favorite is a Swiggity Swooty, because he's coming for the booty. That's the joke there. But yeah, it's a little goblin with, he's holding a treasure chest, and then he's got an octopus, and the octopus is holding a bunch of weapons for him. It's just a great sculpt. I have these in my Moonstone collection, so... Great game all around. And I know you guys bought some of the rulebooks and stuff too back when we streamed it last weekend, so I highly appreciate supporting them. Because that means I get to do more box art for them, and you guys get to see more stuff, so. Always appreciated. You know, what's funny is I'm paying all attention to the back of this hat, but literally no one's going to see the back of this miniature because of how it's positioned on the boat, so it's kind of funny. But, I mean, you get what you pay for with me, so when it comes to the high-end stuff. Actually, buddy Greg, who you guys know from Wicked Elf Miniatures, we had a discussion about that at ReaperCon, how it's like, yeah, if you invest the time in something that no one's going to see, it doesn't matter because you're doing the work that needs to be done. So especially when it comes to competition stuff, high level stuff. Now, this guy's eyes are so small, I'm not going to be doing the eyes like I would, but you can see him right here. These tiny little pupils. I mean, he looks like a madman. Or, actually, I think they're sculpted on. Okay, no, so we will do eyes. I thought those were the eyelids. I think that's actually the sculpted pupil. I'm not sure. I'll have to evaluate that up close. The artwork, he has big pupils. The miniature, not so much. So I'll have to kind of figure out how I want to do that. But again, so we're mixing sort of that Caucasian tone with a purple in with noir black to get the color that we're working with now. And then I'm just swirling it in, patterning it in to create this sort of cloth hat texture. And I think we've done a phenomenal job with it. It looks really good, so. If you are watching, drop a hello in the chat. I know the chat's really dead right now. I didn't share this video out or anything. I just went live, so that's kind of my fault. But hey Boots, what's up? Maybe I need to turn the music up in my headphones to liven up a bit. It's been one of those dreary days here. It's like just cloudy and kind of boring and not fun. It's not fun. Yeah. Stop wasting money on the back of the hat. Yeah, okay. That's funny, Rob. Hey, everybody. Hey, Cran. Let's see. Where did I want to put that in? Right here? Okay. Surprised Tom's not here, but I think it's also late. It's like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. over across the pondo where he's at, so I'm gonna tell him what he's up to. He probably forgot. I also didn't remind him, but I had mentioned I was gonna do it. No, I know he saw my post yesterday. Never mind. So he knows I'm rocking and rolling right now. Let me see how this looks. Let me see. What's up, Sean? I can't really like see what my stuff looks like. Wow. Facebook sent me a notification I was live. It's a miracle. He's up to, you probably forgot. All right, hold on. I also didn't remind him, but I had mentioned I was. Oop. Just want to see how this looks on your end, because my monitor always looks different. All right, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Wait, why is it streaming in 720 today? What is going on? What is going on? Facebook. Facebook always streams me in 1080. Why am I in 720? That's really annoying. Okay, well, if you are watching on Facebook, remember you can watch on Twitch and YouTube. Wow, dude, what is Facebook doing? That's so weird. All right, well, anyway, shout out to Facebook for being stupid today. That's really annoying. Whatever. I have no control over that, sadly. That's on their end. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I used to have 1080, like, for months. Who knows? I mean, I know that they had said with the increased activity on Facebook right now that they were gonna have to do changes in like the way that the content was brought out. So I'm assuming this is part of the deal now. So. I need to glaze this. Yeah, I need to glaze this a little bit. There we go. What you're seeing here is mostly. Hey, back if you did. There's Tom. That's funny. So yeah. I guess then Facebook is just being weird with their streaming platform right now. But if you do want to see everything in better detail, just check out Twitch or YouTube, and I'm there waiting for you. But that is annoying. That's the first time I've noticed that suddenly I'm magically not in 1080 on here, so that's kind of crappy. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit brighter on our edges, since we had lost our highlight on it. I do love the texture here, though. I'm just so pleased. On our little Capitan here. So you want to highlight this. Alright, so oh, Tom, since you are watching, I did remove him from the boat so I could paint him a little bit better, so he'll be getting reattached whenever he's done. I just figured I'd have a hard time hitting the back of the mini and the back of the hat, because this needed to be cleaned up anyway on the back of his head, if you remember, and that's about as good as I could get it with these 3 little dings, but I'll be able to safely dislodge him, so. Tom's like, ah, I hate you, ah, ah. Yeah, so right now, Tom doesn't have like full access to inventory or production because of what's happening. So if there is a miniature or a troop that you see that you would like to buy, etc., just remember, all of it's temporary. And it's also probably not the worst thing in the planet too, because it'll just create hype since people want them. If I'm not mistaken, I remembered seeing a post last night where someone was like, "I want to give you money, Tom." Which is exactly what you want as a small business operator. So, oh, I'm not complaining. Okay, so yeah, Twitch should look better for you guys if you care. Otherwise, you're alright here. Really, the only difference that you're not catching is probably some of the nuances in the texture underneath. So, alright, but beyond that, I didn't really plan on... I wanted to do the skin, but we started with the hat because it just seemed like something I should do. Painting black is always fun for me. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna sneak in 2 colors into the black. So which color should we sneak in? I'm gonna give you guys options, and you tell me what we sneak in here. Here are your options. We're gonna do 2. So pick 2 of these colors, and this is gonna get snuck into the black. If I were choosing, I would probably do this purple and this turquoise. So you said pink and blue, so I'm assuming you mean the magenta and the turquoise. Any of these colors will work fine. Yeah, Twitch should be a lot sharper. Oh, is it the same song again? Sorry. I have it all random. I'll remove it from the playlist. There you go. Alright, so I'm gonna end up doing this one. And then we'll do, yeah, we'll go ahead and do the magenta as well. So I'm just gonna tuck this into the hat in 2 different places. Just gonna a little bit of tuckage here. All right. So this is the consistency I'm looking for on the palette right there. And that's pretty much it. So we've got the turquoise. Do the same turquoise up here somewhere. I'm gonna taper around it. Build my little border, and then connect the border to the paint. Boom. Let that dry, go back in a second time. As for the magenta, same consistency. And then we'll hit like, I want to hit the right at this medallion just because that's obviously a focal point. So, there we go. Just sneaking colors in. Backside, going again with the turquoise. Paint ribbons coming off the medallion. Huh? Huh? There are some like stitches on there, or staples keeping it in place, so that will get painted in for sure. And the patch, and the artwork, I have to look at the artwork to see what the patch is supposed to be, but that's obviously something a little bit different. Alright, so we snuck in the turquoise there, very subtle. The magenta is dry to where I would like it to be. It's just noticeable that there's another color in there. So back here, I'm gonna tint the turquoise in a little bit again. This is mostly water that you're seeing now too, so it's not really gonna do much. Nah, we're not gonna do, no. So I'm following the box art, so I'm not gonna do anything that's not on the actual, or not following the box art, but like the concept art. So I'm not really gonna do anything that wasn't in the concept art initially, just so that it all works together. Let's see, so we're gonna put this somewhere down here, I'm assuming. Okay, so snuck in a couple colors there. Only really going to be noticeable in the actual picture. Yes, Shirky. So like in the actual photos that I take, those two colors will be more visible, but that's pretty much where I want to keep it. So, all right, so now we can actually focus on the skin, the face, all that fun stuff. So obviously the real estate we're dealing with is very, very small, but I'm not too concerned. Now, too, the angle that I did the zenithal application on this was a little bit different just because, obviously, you can't see it as well. So I had to kind of go in and apply it additionally on top of where I would have put it initially. Initially. Words, but... I think it all worked out relatively well. You can see I just did some little hand pattern there that was implied, that wasn't sculpted. This side has a little bit more body in the sculpt of this little hand, so. There we are. Okay, so I kind of want to see where this color goes as you introduce... Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. There we go. So we introduce a little bit of the Bethalian. So let's see. About what I expected. I may end up going back in doing the lip a different tone, sort of pinkish. But if I do that, I'm going to tint the work that I did beneath, because you can tint a green if it's the tone that I'm working with here. So I'm not too worried about having to go back in and redo a bunch of work. Gentle suggestion from Tom. Yeah, so we were gonna do his nose a little bit pink, like everything else. Or not like everything else, but like the artwork. And then I'm assuming that color will make its way to different parts of the face. But all of the goblins are gonna have kind of this base color or skin tone, at least from this troop. I'm assuming like not all troops would have to look the same. I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know, but because right now his skin's kind of yellow, which is cool. But I had known that I'm gonna use this heartthrob pink to do it because I think it should mix with the green that we're using in an intriguing way. So we're gonna find out right now. And it did. It mixed exactly the weird way that I thought it would. All right, so let's do a little bit of glaze in here. Hot pink goblins, maybe we'll see. So, it's a good start. Hey, that's actually really cool, Tom, because the whenever people ask me where I get my inspiration from and stuff, it's always either Brahm or Paul Bonner, that and Takashi Murakami. So it's really cool because you referencing that, I 1000% know exactly what you're talking about, right? Like that's already inspiration for me. So. But it's cool that we have the same idea when it comes to that. Paul Bonner, Brahm, and Takashi Murakami are like my art faves. Okay, so I need something like rust brown. Okay. Oh my god, get away from me. I have no room on my desk right now, it's freaking me out. So now I'm going with a rust brown glaze, which I should have parted out better there. There we go. I think it looks pretty good, actually. It's a good tone. Oh my god. Whew, that almost, like, really scared me. Wow, wow, wow. I won't even mention what I just did. Won't even mention it. Oh my god. I'm triggered from, the last Moonstone work we did. I need to tint this down again. I never went back and did it. There we go. Alright, so, I'm very pleased. So what I'm considering too is what the alternate color would be for all three of them. And I'm thinking it's going to be purple in the recesses, but obviously I don't need to worry about that until I get it all to a point to which, you know, that application would make sense. Right now it's not there yet, but so I'm going back with that initial green to fade in and taper in this transition. Not that it wasn't already tapered, but we're just going back in for more. You can see it's going to be greener on top. I just want it to be rich, right? If the rest of the goblin skin is kind of pallid, then this is kind of what you would want to look for. At least that's what my brain's telling me. For sure. Okay, cool. Let me see where we're at here. Let's see what we got. Okay. Sorry, I just was amazed by humanity. All right, so what I'm wondering here is if I should just go with like, okay. Here we're gonna try some. We're gonna do clear blue plus magenta for that application I was talking about. Now I don't know if I can do it on camera or not, but we'll see, because I gotta get so close. But I can make it happen. All right, so I'm gonna use a little bit of blue. Let's see, where can I put it? Right here. So here we've got the clear blue. I'm gonna grab some magenta. Need way more magenta. That blue is strong. There we go. Now we got a nice, almost. Now we've got a nice rich purple. There we go. All right, so I'm only gonna take about this much right here. Very little amount. I'm gonna add more water into the world right here. There we are. So now it's even more diluted. And then I'm gonna clean my brush out completely. Wipe off the excess, roll the brush, and then grab a tipful. There we go. I'm gonna go in right around the eyes and the base of the nose with our purple, just like that. Just like that. I'm gonna let it dry, get right in between the eyes. Push the purple towards the back of the nose so that way we can build up that color. There we are. There you go. You can see it a little bit, right? Look at that. That's gonna dry nicely. And it's super, super, not extremely obvious. There we are. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and put this color 2 up in the ears. Take the same color and tint the wrist where it, tint the wrist where it meets the shirt. Same thing on this wrist. That way we can just get some other colors built in. Cool beans. That application's almost dry, so I'm just gonna wait a second before we go back in and start rebuilding. Go up underneath the nose there. Effectively what I'm doing is I'm just introducing a series of glazes to then build back up that base color. And then what's left underneath, right, or the remaining color that's left should be tinted in the way that I've been wanting to have it achieving the entire time. So using the same purple here on the nose wart, plural. I'll be able to clean that up too. Just want to outline it. That way I can go in and fill in the rest. Take that rust brown color again. Tint the tip of the nose. Clean out my brush completely before grabbing it. There we go. Stop messaging me. Fuck, stop messaging me, dude. Alright. Introduce a little bit of this color here on the cheek, but only on the outside edge. Do the same thing on the inside of the lip. And I kind of want to do it on the knuckles, but I don't have a good... I mean, I kind of do there. Let's do the... Here we go. Actually, I've got it figured out. Right here. I want to wash it in right there. That'll be a good visual difference. And then I need to branch out the side of the nose. I've got some cleanup work here, but nothing too insane. All right, let me take the purple again. Go back in once more. Actually, I've got a better idea than that. I need to take this kind of purple and layer it in. There we go. Okay. Guess I'll do the same thing in the ears again since I had done it before. There we go. Okay. And we'll do the bottom interior of the mouth purple. All right. What color was the, let me see, silver? Okay. I'll just prep the non-metallic metal on this guy. Since that was supposed to be silver, we'll just kind of throw in some other colors. There's already some of that blue right here, and then there's some of the magenta on the top left. And that'll be all the color shift I need for doing the silver. Let's see, the shirt is a grayish color. Or sorry, it's like cream. So I'm just gonna wash in a bit of a lighter brown into his frills like this. All of this work will prepare me for doing the rest of the mini. And then in the front, he has like a crazy green color here for his like belt deal. we'll do that. Now this, I will do a traditional green to keep it away from the skin tone. Pants are a different story. And then obviously the non-metallic on the weapon. Can start that. So we'll do dark on top. Okay, we'll do it like this. So this end will be dark on the top. Quick little cheat to let me know where that goes. And then I guess the base will be dark on top, right about there. And if it was dark on top, then it's gonna be bright on, okay. So this is fine on that end. All right, cool. So I've got the non-metallic metal sketched in. It should be like this, right there. All right, that'll be easy to knock out. Easy peasy. Loving the colors though that we're getting on the face. You can see the purple in there now. You can see all the colors that have been layered in. Now it's just a question of me going in very precisely, right, and highlighting it all up. Oh yeah, what color is the patch? Let's see what the patch is real quick. Oh, there is no patch on the front, so I can kind of just painter's choice that, huh? Let's see. We'll throw this little sort of greenish tealish color on there for now. Facebook took a poop? How so? Still live on Facebook. Yeah. So we got that on there. Oh, what if we use the same color that I'm gonna end up using on the sash? Alex McKenzie, what's up, Alex? How are you, man? I'm glad you guys are okay. Hopefully, seeing as where you live. Yeah, I think Facebook's just having problems right now. Because I should be in 1080 and I'm in 720, and then like you guys are saying, you're having issues with it buffering, so I think they're just not having a good time today. Alright, so I'm pleased with all of our base coating. I'm going to use the same sort of palette-y color for base coating the shoes and pantalones. The other shoe is currently attached to the boat because that's just how he separated. But it's a great place for that snap to be because no one's going to be able to tell. I've already cut loose this part of the mini, and the shoe is barely attached with glue. So, I mean, if I even sneeze, this dude would come flying off this base, but it's kind of where we're living now. Let's see. Let's tint the metal a little bit. So I'll get that color right about there. And then on the other side, let's get like a purple. Yeah, you're glad you moved up there just to stay in your apartment? Yeah, exactly. Things are pretty crazy down here, to be honest. I mean, obviously not as bad as NYC, but... We'll do purple on that side of the sword. Alright, so... that will be it for this stream today. Now I'm going to keep working on this guy, but... to where I can actually see what's happening, because I can't really see a lot of what I need to be seeing, just because he's so small. I mean, he's small. I don't know. It's hard to describe. The scale's a bit different. So, like, if you look at him compared to a regular-sized miniature, you can see he is about half the size. But even if you compare, like, let's see. So, like a stand like this is a good example. So the features aren't too drastically different, but it's just kind of like the areas I need to do the transition work are so tiny, tiny, that I just need to be a little bit closer to my face. So, but that is probably it for today. At least stream-wise. Remember, tomorrow we're going to have a hobby video on Patreon. So we're going to be talking about base sculpting, advanced basing. It depends on what I'm doing. I mean, I may even work on a base, right, for Moonstone because I'm planning on using water. I have little seashells and sand and all that stuff. I'm gonna use the same basing actually on the pirate crew. I was actually working on my mix today for the basing for sea sand, and I messed it up because you can see it cracked, so that's kind of annoying. But I mean, it cracked on that one, but it didn't crack on this one, so I'm not sure what I did. I think it was just an application error, but kind of weird. But either way, that'll be it for now. Thanks for hanging out. I'll have these guys finished up relatively soon as well. I had to wait so long to get the basing material that I was just kind of like, what's even the point? So, but that's all here now, so I'll be able to knock it out this weekend. If not Monday. But of course, if I won't see you tomorrow, remember that we have another episode of Miniature Monday. We're going to be working on the witch that you just saw. And beyond that, you won't see me on Tuesday, but you'll see me on Wednesday for the first episode of Wavy Wednesday. So that'll be exciting as I'll keep finishing up the dragon, of course, until that's done. And then we'll start this sort of long-term project with the female vampires. So, but thanks so much for hanging out again today. I would consider pretty much everything base coated, right? Like this is all of the work that I would consider getting it like halfway there. So we're pretty much halfway finished with him. The boat's a little bit easier just because it's inorganic. So, you know, you just make sure the metal looks good and who cares about the rest? Like it'll all fall into place. But this guy definitely had a little bit more work involved. So glad to have him pretty much halfway done with all the base coating. And then the rest of it's just going to be, you know, highlighting it up, getting all the work done. And that's it. I do love sort of the volumetric shape we built into his big pirate hat, though. I love that you can see that there's purple in it. There, you know, all the different tones that we built in, all that good stuff. So, but thanks again for hanging out. If I don't see you tomorrow on Patreon, I will see you on Monday. If I don't see you on Monday, I will see you next Tuesday. And then I'll see you on Twitch again on Wednesday for the new Reaper show. So thanks so much, guys. I hope you can relax, have a good weekend. And, you know, that's pretty much it. See you later.